Just wanted to shoot a quick video of the Mustang. It's off the rotisserie, as you can see. I finished the front frame rail repairs, and probably not painfully obvious, but all that's new there in the gray primer, or the holes have been fixed that were there. Welded in pieces of metal and replaced whole pieces of metal, so to get rid of the rust. I also epoxy primered after I cleaned up all the spot welds so that nothing rusts. It's still cold here, but and the air very dry, so nothing was rusting, but I wanted to make sure that nothing did rust, so I put a quick coat of epoxy gray primer over all the welds and new metal so that nothing happened when I take a little break from this thing to go work on the dragster. And it'll probably be about another, 30 days before I get out here to play with it. But I have it off the rotisserie so I can begin fixing the back half of the car. And as you probably saw before, the rear frame rails are badly rusted, and they're just a travesty. The trunk drop-offs, the outer wheel houses, the back panel's dented, as you can probably see, maybe not, but it's dented. So basically from the pillars down is going to be all new, and the outer quarter panel is going to be all new. So I just need to hang the doors and the fenders and the hood and the deck lid before I take all this apart back here, so that number one, I need to put the doors on it so the car is not front heavy, because if I did that and then cut off the back sheet metal, the car would probably just nose into the floor quickly. But wanted to take a quick picture and give a quick update. Not much to tell, but progress is being made. You wouldn't believe it. I sweep up a half a pound of the car every time I do something on it, and those piles are getting smaller and smaller as the fresh metal replaces all the rusty and we get all this crap off. Once I get the back half of the car done, there are a few small spots up on the engine compartment that are going to need a little attention, but they won't take a day, maybe a day and a half. Always around the battery box, right? And after that, it's basically bolt-on time. So metal work done. I am going to put the car back on the rotisserie, flip it over, and really cherry up the bottom of it so that it'll look as good on the bottom as it does on the top. And I just want anybody who's underneath it and working on it, or whoever happens to get under it for whatever reason, to note that it's been done right, and it's a good car. So, and by the way, it's a little off. So I got it on 4 jack stands. It's pretty much level. It's within 0.2 of a degree of being level, front to back and side to side. But when the car is sitting there in that position, one of the jack stands has a little less pressure on it than the rest. And the reason I know it is that I accidentally kicked it with my foot and it kind of moved. So I grabbed it and I could shake it just a little. It's jammed in there, but it was one that has less pressure than the others. So I imagine when I get the weight of everything back on it, this little flimsy ass car, it will settle back down. But it's, believe it or not, the garage floor is nice and square. I was pretty impressed. So with that, it's time to go pay a little attention to the dragster and put the Mustang to sleep for a little while. Thank you.